Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about why, in my humble opinion, every single Lego Castle faction is now canon to Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, so let's talk this through. So, first of all, if you're not aware, one of the most historic events in I think the most historic event in all of Lego and all of Dungeons and Dragons is about to happen in April of this year. So, by multiple reported sources on the internet, and actually, I just talked to a Lego. I was at one of the Lego shops, and one of the helpers there was like, "Yeah, April, right?" So April 2024, we are going to get Lego Dragon's Keep Journey's End. It'll be the first official Dungeons and Dragons set ever, and it will officially connect Lego, the realm of Lego, and the realm of Dungeons and Dragons, in my humble opinion. Right, and that's huge. That is major, and this is a really big deal because I think so. One, the second the Lego Dungeons and Dragons set was announced, I began thinking about Dungeons and Dragons in context of Lego, and their histories are incredibly intertwined, in my humble opinion. All right, so Lego started in 1932, and Dungeons and Dragons started in 1974. Okay, brought to us by Gary Gygax, and so Lego is actually 42 years older than it's 92 years old, and Dungeons and Dragons is 50 years old. Okay, and once this thing was announced, it is astonishing because I believe we're starting to really understand what Dungeons and Dragons is, and Dungeons and Dragons is so one of the things I truly don't believe anybody on this planet except me actually understands exactly what Dungeons and Dragons is, and I am ahead of the pack, but we're still learning what Gary really accomplished in 1974. One of the things that's going to give us a lot more information about that is the making of original Dungeons and Dragons, 1970 to 1997, an official D&D canon hardback coming from Hasbro, which is pretty astounding, and a lot of work went into that. And that book is going to be actually printing facets of, like, literally playable versions of Dungeons and Dragons, which is pretty astounding, incredible, right? So okay, so basically, let me explain what's happening on Dungeons on. So basically, when with Lego and D&D officially clicking together, right, and mixing their canons together directly, right, making their canons directly Lego canon directly connecting to D&D canon, in my humble opinion. What they're really doing is they're taking the two greatest life modeling tools that have ever been created by human beings. And that's why these things were, and here's my issue. Here's what I'm saying. I believe every Lego Castle faction is now canon to the realm of Dungeons and Dragons, and every realm that's connected to, and that is, Faerun, Forgotten Realms, Strixhaven, on and on and on and on and on. All the D&D realms, right? So basically, Exandria, the list is immense. It's actually about 35. There's a 35 Dungeons and Dragons settings, right? And I think every Dungeons and Dragons setting is now going to connect to every single Lego setting, in my humble opinion. That's what you're seeing here, and it is incredibly historic. Like, there's really never been anything like this. We are looking at a situation where life modeling from the Lego side is meeting life modeling from the Dungeons and Dragons side, and I think these two products were always hurtling toward each other. Yeah, and I think Lego was life modeling from 1932 to 1973. In 1974, I think Lego was aware of Dungeons and Dragons in 1974, And actually, you know what? I would say I'm very confident they were aware of Dungeons and Dragons in 1975. 1974, it was still building up. There was some buzz on it, but it didn't explode until 1975. So in 1975, Lego saw that there was another life modeling tool on Earth that rivaled what they were doing and dealt with life modeling at the level that they were doing, right? Multiple realms, um, discussion of deep philosophical um, life aspects in the product, right? And so here's what I think happened. So the reason why I believe every single Lego Castle faction, right? And I'm just going to list a few of them. If you want to see the full list, there's a link in the description below. Yeah. And so, Black Ravens, the Black Falcons, the Blue Lions, the Red Lions, the Bear Knights, the Fright Knights, all these Lego Castle factions are now canon to Dungeons & Dragons. And the reason why is, when did Lego Castle come out? It came out in 1978. That's not a coincidence, in my humble opinion. Just think about it, right? Like, Lego is life modeling, right? And they're doing their thing until 1975. In 1975, they go, oh my gosh, look at this. There's an explosion of this new life modeling tool, and that is Dungeons and Dragons. And they're doing exactly what we're doing, right? They are modeling life. They're doing it with books. We're doing it with bricks, right? But we're going to merge these two products, right? And that would have been clear because even in 1975, Dungeons & Dragons was starting to connect with other intellectual properties at a rate that no other product in the world, at a rate and a width, a breadth that no other product has, right? So it is my humble opinion that Lego was going along their merry way from 1932 to 1975. In 1975, they were like, oh my gosh, we're absolutely going to connect Lego to Dungeons & Dragons at some point. These two massive life modeling tools belong together. And I think they specifically built Lego Castle in 1978 so that they could begin the journey to when they were worthy to connect their product to Dungeons & Dragons, which happens this year, which I think it happened last year when it was announced, but it fully happens. On April of 2024 when Lego Dragon's Keep Journey's End drops, which is going to be a momentous occasion. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. I'd really love to hear your humble opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.